start of it, I was able to put some, which was good. But yeah, there's really no need to touch any of it.
Yeah. Was it? I bet you I know who it was. Was it Chris? The guy.
Quality time. I wish he could watch.
Yeah. So what? He had that set up and he just.
Yeah, had it set up. It was more like, you know, at Olympics, like right in front of him, so it's like behind me, but in front of him. So he's like, but no, so, I mean, this is probably the only one, like, if you do ever want to change it, because that's just like what you hear in the headphones.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever had to turn up. I think, sometimes the camera operators had to change it for me, but I've never touched it.
Well, we do like all the tests like before for zone races, so it's already done. So really it's just that, like that's on 0 now, and then when you guys want to start commentating, I'll turn it all the way up. And then good. In that game,
Sorry, yesterday.
All in the body of the balls? Oh, okay. Looks like that was the winner.
What? I actually got banned off TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when that under 16 policy come into play, I turned 16 after it, and it still hasn't let me back in. I'm on Insta.
How'd you get in this?
I think I was with Chris. So I used to play for Jaffers last year.
Yeah.
And I was at a random first grade game and Chris was commentating, but his co-commentator didn't show up. And Chris was like, Chris messaged whoever and said, do you want to fill in for this game? And then I just filled in, didn't think anything of it. And then they just were like, do you want to keep doing this? And then this season's been really good for them, so... How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it for like a month. But I'm at like, I'm the same as you. I've always played soccer. Like, there's bugs and then played South Park. Watch the window. You get to watch the games, I guess. Like yesterday was so good, like Olympic Ocean. You get to like get paid to just actually just watch the
cracking game too. Because I think it was last minute and she got the equaliser.
It's not always
Magic Park, weren't we, the other week? That's probably one of the better ones to drop.
Yeah, the elevation's quite good there.
Yeah. You should see Jackals. They do that.
I was at Jack's a few weeks ago.
Just sitting on the fence.
How do you even get commentators up there in Jack?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they can only fit a cameraman.
Yeah, double Jack and Schmetz.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I always need someone to help me.
Yeah.
Pretty much all.
Who the Jackals got next week? Yeah.
I think it's Bell's one.
It is too. So, yeah.
Bell's ones are done well, aren't they?
Yeah, shocking to me.
I think I recorded their first game when the coach got sent off.
Oh, yeah. Big sucker.
Yeah. Payne pushed one of the other players.
That sun is pretty chilly. Well, you got a jumper on, but
Yeah, I've been up here a couple of times. The weather is not unfamiliar. It's nice in the sun, but it's cold in the shade.
exactly, yeah. Pictures is alright,
Oh, yeah, it's... It'd be tough to find another ground to be similar to this quality.
Yeah.
Edgeworth's generally pretty good, but maybe sometimes a little bit heavy underfoot
Yeah.
after a bit of rain.
I like their nets as well. I don't know, it sounds a bit weird, but
That's
I like the way their nets are shaped.
Name list for Maitland first grade. Annabelle Thornton,
I love the box
number
nets.
1.
Yeah, I love
Melody Dagg, number 6.
And then when the ball goes in, ripples.
Strovic, number 8.
It's a
Josie
little
Morley,
thing.
number 10. Sophie Stapleford, number 11. Renee Poutney, 14. Willow Neal, 15. Talia Gosner, 18. Elizabeth Cloud, 20. Georgia Amos, 23. Natalia O'Driscoll, 32. Charlotte O'Connor, 2. Marion Dunbaden, 3. Keely Gorthrop, 4. Sienna Frost, 9.
That's all good.
Williams, 22.
All my head coach current in over the set.
Team list for New Lambton, Denali Haynes, number 1. Dana Chapman, 3. Zana Franklin, 7. Tara Andrews, 9. Ian Gosling, 12. Molly Salvador, 20. Caitlin Pickett, 27. Montana Quick, 28. Josie Fisher, 29. Rebecca Johnston, 31. Sienna Fraser Kelly, 35. Tiana Roberts, 4.
One o'clock kickoff, right?
Yeah.
Kimberly Trappett, 17. Isabel White, 22.
It's up to you when you
And
want to
Jacqueline
start.
Marshall, number 30.
Maybe as I see them start to walk out,
I was trying to,
like
yeah.
as I see them come out from the
Yep.
sheds.
You can, yeah, keep the headphones on if you want. Just give me a thumbs up.
Thumbs up,
and
okay.
I'll set them.
Well, it's a picture-perfect afternoon here at Cook Square Park, and the stage is set for something special. Maitland arrive brimming with confidence, unbeaten so far this season, and playing with real authority. With Ben Horgan pulling the strings, they look every bit the team to beat. But this is no easy assignment. Standing in their way is the new Lambton side, sitting just behind them, determined to bounce back after that frustrating 2-2 draw with Charlestown Azuri last weekend. Expect intensity, quality, and expect two heavyweights to go toe-to-toe from the first whistle here in round 9. I'm Harry Scobie, alongside me in the commentary box is former Maitland FC head coach and current football development officer Joe Wright. Joe, huge clash this one. New Lambton with a chance to go top of the table. Maitland, on the other hand, looking to continue what has been an incredible season so far. Where do you feel the game's going to be won and lost today?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Harry. Yeah, really excited by this top of the table clash. Beautiful afternoon for it as well. In terms of where it might be won and lost, I think the first 10 minutes of each half, first 10, last 10, is super important. So if you can get that ascendancy at the start of the game and going into half time, those are big moments in the landscape of the game.
Certainly is. We know Maitland like to start with aggression. New Lambton, on the other hand, were thumped when they visited Cook Square Park last time. 7-1 they were defeated, but they're certainly improved side since then and looking to bounce back. Talking of these two teams as they make their way onto the field, let's run you through how both sides will line up for this afternoon's clash. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff, a bit different to the usual. Let's start with the hosts, as always. Maitland FC in goals, as always. Annabelle Thornton, Elodie Dagg and Sophie Nenadovich in the midfield. Josie Morley in number 10, 11 Sophie Stapleford. Renee Pountney leads the line. Will O'Neill in 15. 18 is Talia Gosnar. 20 is Elizabeth Clowes. 23, Georgia Amos, and 32, Natalia O'Driscoll. On the substitute bench for Ben Horgan's girls this afternoon, number 2, Charlotte O'Connor, number 3, Marion Dunbabin, number 4, Keely Gawthorpe, number 9, Sienna Frost, and number 22, Georgie Williams. While for Craig Atkins, this is a huge game for his girls. Let's see how he's got New Lambton going this afternoon. Number 1, Janalee Haynes, number 3, Dana Chapman, number 7, Zana Franklin, number 9, Tara Andrews, the current Golden Boot leader, number 12, Amy Gosling. Number 20, Molly Salvador. Number 27, Caitlin Pickett. Number 28, Montana Quick. Number 29, Josie Fisher. 31, Rebecca Johnson. And 35, Sienna Fraser Kelly. On the bench, number 4, Tiana Roberts. Number 11, Nia Bradley. 17, Kimberly Trappett. And 22, Isabel White. Both teams getting their last final instructions. As I said, Joe, New Lambton put to the sword last time they were here at Cook Square. Do you feel they're a different side to now? Yeah,
I think so. Now that every team's been able to look at each other once, to be able to come up with some clear game plans as well with how the other team plays. And I think as well they won't want a repeat of last time, so I think Craig will have his team ready to go for this one.
We've certainly got a good view of the away bench, New Lambton, right in front of us for this one. We'll see how vocal the New Lambton bench is. New Lambton to run to the right of your screens. Maitland finishing off their final words. Been so impressive so far, have the Magpies. Solid all around the park. They are coming off the bye as well, so they're probably the fresher of the two teams. Wherever you are tuning in, this one is sure to be a cracker. NPL Women's Round 9 Match of the Round. Special shout out to the New South Wales Hockey Under-21 girls as well, who I believe are tuning in. NPL season in full swing now, and it's New Lambton to get us underway. Top of the table clash awaits as New Lambton immediately forcing Maitland back. Annabella Thornton to thump that one forward. Nadovich looks out wide, which Josie Fisher will pick up. Sarah Fraser Kelly now. Tara Andrews in behind. Sense if New Lambton are going to be any chance of winning this one, Joe, Tara's going to be a huge part of that.
Yeah, I think that's been a reflection with Tara across a number of seasons. Obviously a high-quality player, can score goals, can assist, brings great leadership qualities as well. I think she's a very dangerous player that Maitland will need to try and stop if they want to get the points out of this game.
Current Golden Boot leader, 32 goals to her name last season and 15 already this season. breaking more records as here's Stapleford down the other end for the Magpies. An early chance and a ball into the hands. The first touch for the New Lambton's custodian. Tara Andrews up against Josie Morley and Talia Gosner this afternoon. Talia Gosner, a hat-trick a couple of weeks ago at Darling Street Oval. 3 goals to her name for the season, and all 3 obviously come in that one game. Here's Morley. Clowes now. She's done well, advancing forward. Into the feet of Poutney. Dag. Looking to slip it through. There's a few runners there on side, and Clowes and O'Driscoll trying to get on the end of it. It's been a fast start already. Fisher looking for Andrews in behind it. Will fall into Tara Andrews. Up against Gosner. Now to Sienna Fraser-Kelly. What can the Golden Eagles produce? Well cut out. And now Maitland's been end-to-end to start this one. Dag. To O'Driscoll. Amos making the run out right. O'Driscoll couldn't find her. Now a chance for New Lambton, but that pass just a little bit too overhit. Already end-to-end, Joe, to start this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can see the intent from both sides, looking to attack, and they want to score goals, which is a reflection of the coaching staff. Ben Horgan and both Craig Atkins, they want to play attractive football, they want to score goals, and you can see that so far. It's been quite open.
New Lambton have to be aware of the dangers Maitland possess, especially out wide. Sophie Stapleford playing that more left-hand sided role this season. Georgia Amos out on the right. She'll be the one to take this throw. Poutney. Back to Amos. Infield to Dag. A little bit of space opening up. Nenadovich making the run on forward and clips the legs there of Sienna Fraser-Kelly. New Lambton looking to send this one long, which they do. Nenadovich there to intercept Stapleford. That midfield battle so crucial today, something that New Lambton need to win. Here's O'Driscoll, one who's made a big impression in her first season in the black and white. Push the ball so well, do the Magpies. Gosner has a run of Poutney in behind. That one invites her to chase this one down. She'll reel it in. And has she done enough to win the first corner of the afternoon? No, a goal kick is awarded. Fisher now. Up against Stapleford. Gosling sends it forward, and it's a battle here on the touchline. It'll go into the feet of Tara Andrews. To Josie Fisher now. She immediately looks long. It's not a bad ball. It just had a little bit too much weight on it. Josie Fisher's been early in this one. New Lambton happy to sit off. The message from Craig Atkins to sit. Smalley now looking for options. Dag comes and picks it up. Now she looks in field, but picked off by Sienna Fraser-Kelly and looking for the feed of Tara Andrews, but Morley is able to regather and immediately look forward. Stapleford played in behind. Stapleford, the keeper's come out of her box. Chance for 1-0. Sophie Stapleford. Oh, and just inches away. Great save there from Haynes. Still alive. Amos. O'Driscoll to Dag. Maitland piling on the pressure, and Stapleford again. Up against Fisher. Play will continue. Lifts it into the box. Poutney can't get her head on it. Still on left now, and finally the attack comes to an end, Joe.
Yeah, there was a good bit of defensive work from the goalkeeper Haynes, and then the recovering defenders as well to block that final shot from Stapleford. Really important intervention there.
It's all happening there in the box. Maitland just couldn't turn it goal bound, but a huge chance for Stapleford, probably the closest of the afternoon to start this one. Maitland starting to come into their own early into this one. Here's Salvador. O'Driscoll picks it off well. He's happy to reset through Morley. Stapleford now out left, has the runner Clowes in behind. All picked off by Fisher. That's been a good battle to watch so far. Fisher and Stapleford. Now Pountney receiving the throw. That back pass invites Haynes out of her box. There's no other choice than to thump that one out of play in front of the Magpies home bench. Santa Fraser Kelly now. Clowes picks it off. Thump back forward only as far as Elodie Dagg though. Dagg driving into the box. Picked off again by the New Lambton defence, but struggling to play out of their half are the Golden Eagles. Here's Nenadovich. Doing well and feeding O'Driscoll. That midfield battle, Maitland are dominating so far. This is great football. O'Driscoll, and she tried to reel that one in, but just a little bit too much pressure. Pushed the ball around well, Joe.
Yeah, I think New Lambton's having a little bit of difficulty at the moment trying to get out of the back half of the pitch. Maitland are well set up defensively and looking to be aggressive and win the ball high up the pitch. It'll be interesting to see how New Lambton adapt, and you can see now they've decided to go long. See if they can win first and second ball to try and get that ball upfield.
A lot of sides have struggled not only to pick off Maitland's midfield, but just them in general this season. As I mentioned, quality all around the park as Amos trips there on the ball. Salvador.
Amy, get up! Get him up!
Maitland happy to string passes together. Patience in that midfield. Pountney's dropping a little bit deeper to try and pick it up. Goes Josie Morley, searching in behind for O'Driscoll. It's not a bad pass. O'Driscoll on the turn. Looking to get in behind of Rebecca Johnson and commits a foul, which she raises the question to. Don't think she can have too many complaints with that one though. Haynes will look long, the flick on. Fisher looking in field, Nenadovich. Clever header back to Gosner. Gosner's touch a little bit heavy. Pushes out right now to Will O'Neill. He's got acres of space in front of her. Nenadovich, this is great football by the Magpies. Georgia Amos released down the right. Few options coming forward in the box. Crucial intervention there. Play is still alive. Amos. Delaying Georgia Amos. She's still got the ball though. This is where Maitland like the ball. They like to camp it in the opposition's half. Clowes all the way back to Annabella Thornton. Amos now. Great football over the top. Not too sure if Will O'Neill is onside. Play will continue though. Salvador trying to win back the ball for Golden Eagles. They've really struggled to get out of their own half and string a few passes together. That'll help though. Andrews. Last touch did come off a Magpies player. So a chance for New Lambton to breathe. They've been put under the pump, Joe, these last few minutes.
Yeah, I think they're doing well considering the circumstances, just to try and ride out this initial bit of momentum that Maitland has. Football is very much a game of ebbs and flows of momentum, so if they can they can get through this first part, there might be an opportunity for them to turn that momentum.
Ball looking forward, trying to pick out a runner. No one on the same page there. Lovely surface here at Cook Square Park. Such a wide pitch. Good for wingers and fullbacks to exploit the width. I'm sure, Joe, you were delighted in your time at Maitland to train and play in a quality pitch like this.
Yeah, it's a fantastic venue to both play and train. To be able to play on a surface like this is, it's unbelievable. Every second week.
We'll get back to that in a moment as Poutney picks off the pass, releases Amos out on the right. There's runners pouring forward all the way the back stick. Stapleford tries to cut it back, and there is the opener. They've hit on the break so well, have the Magpies, and it's Poutney who finishes off the move. She started it off and released Amos outright. Stapleford in field.
Yeah, that was a great bit of work from Poutney to hassle and force that turnover, and then the supporting runs from Amos and Stapleford to go forward and try and stretch the pitch and quickly counter was outstanding. And then, great patience shown in the box to create a clear finishing opportunity.
Easy as that. Just when it looked like New Lambton had a little bit of ball. Maitland's press, so good. And all three attackers involved in that goal. And Ben Horgan's girls take the lead early into this one. It's been coming. They have been knocking on the door. And Renee Poutney, who has missed a few games this season. Sienna Frost has been her replacement at times, but it does take Poutney to 6 goals for the season. Incredible from Maitland's number 14. Here she is again. Poutney with the flick on. Bit of confusion between both sides. Tara Andrews now, lovely little touch. There's a chance here. Salvador making the run in behind and not able to be found. And O'Driscoll picks this one off and will look to start an attack for Maitland as they push up the other end. O'Driscoll looking for the runner dag. She had options outright in Amos. Dag's little flick. This is a beautiful move again from the Magpies. Amos searching for options all the way the back stick and nearly an own goal. Fisher could only prevent the danger as Stapleford was coming in there at the back post. Very dangerous out wide as they'll shape up for, I believe, the first corner of the afternoon. Talia Gosner picked up, as I mentioned, pre-game a hat-trick, and all of those come off set pieces. She's got another chance, as well as a few other Maitland players that have committed themselves forward here. Be Dag to take. High into the air, and Gosner was lurking. Just couldn't reel that one in. A few people in and around the grounds today, Joe, talking about the Newcastle Jets and in historic Premier's Plate, the first achieved for the club, 4-0 win in front of just over 20,000 last night. Incredible.
Yeah, outstanding. It's been a really enjoyable season to watch as a Jets fan as well, to be challenging for the Premier's Plate.
Certainly was. McDonald Jones Stadium hammered this week. Newcastle Knights currently in action there against the Penrith Panthers at 2 o'clock. That sun starts to pick up here at Cook Square Park. New Lambton looking to hit back. Andrews are targeting behind. O'Driscoll now. Lovely ball into the path of Stapleford, who will reel this one in. Amos making the charge out on the right. Stapleford, what can she conjure up here? Going this way and that. Gets inside of a defender, and great defending there. Rebecca Johnson did well to prevent Stapleford from creating any sense of danger there.
Yeah, great patience showed by Johnson there not to dive in and commit. Stapleford she's just waiting for that moment for you to dive in and then accelerate past you. It was really patient defending and well defended in the end.
That's where the dangers come from. They come from all over the park for this Magpie side. It's probably the thing you think you're so drawn to picking up one player, maybe a Renee Pountney, but then you've also got the speed and pace out wide, and we can't forget Maitland's quality in midfield and defence as well. New Lambton have a throw though, deep into attacking territory. Not too many numbers committed forward. We'll go all the way back here to Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Lines this one up. Taking a strike cross, I'm not too sure, but that one, too much speed on that one.
Yeah, promising opportunity there for New Lambton. Opportunity to deliver the ball into the box. Delivery wasn't quite there, but with Caitlin Pickett and Tara Andrews in the box, I think that's not a bad opportunity, not a bad method to try and create some chaos in the Maitland box.
New Lambton trying to press here, but unfortunately for them, Maitland have played out well. Fisher, though, cuts off this one. Up the line now, searching for Stableford. Win today, you can see the Magpies go 5 points clear on the top of the ladder. Adding to an incredible season thus far from Ben Horgan's girls. Had it tricky before the Easter break, did the Magpies. Had a few teams that really tried to take it to them, most notably Adamstown and Broadmeadow Magic. Main thing at the end of the day is 3 points. That's what they've been doing. Driscoll battling with Pickett, and the free kick goes the way of the Magpies. This is in a dangerous position. You know this team well, Joe. Who do you think will line this one up?
There's so many options. It could be anyone. You can see Dag and Stapleford standing over the ball, so you've got a right foot and a left foot delivery, which is good to see. 3-player war from New Lambton.
Morley, Gosner, Pountney, so many options to aim at. Stapleford's left foot to deliver. Gosner gets up. Cleared initially by New Lambton, but the danger's still not gone. Stapleford in the box. Nenadovich battling over on the far side. New Lambton done well to pick that off, and here goes Tara Andrews. Got a few runners forward. Unfortunately, that pass there from Pickett couldn't find a teammate. Maitland can settle back into possession.
Yeah, second time there for New Lambton where they've looked to get Maitland on the break. Just the final pass has let them down. If they can get that pass a little bit more accurate to the path of the runner, I think they'll create some greater opportunities to get a shot on goal.
And I guess a big part of that as well is Tara Andrews in her build-up plays. We saw there dropping deeper. We know she's got the wingers in Salvador and Pickett on forward.
Yeah, I think Tara has a really good relationship with Caitlin Pickett. You'll see that they'll work in a counterbalance, that if Tara drops in the midfield, it's generally Caitlin Pickett, but on occasion Molly Salvador will take that higher position as well. So it's good to see that counterbalance to get those rotations moving nice and smoothly.
She's looking a little bit frustrated at the minute, Tara. Making sure that her teammates are picking up New Lambton's midfield in particular. Andrews happy to slowly press the Maitland backline. Here's Pountney dropping deep, talking of strikers. In a battle now and a shirt grab. Kicking the ball away as well, which a few New Lambton fans not too impressed with. Yeah, it looks like they'll do what they did on the previous set piece. Look to thump this one forward. Maitland sitting quite deep. Andrews flicks it on. Sienna Fraser-Kelly looking to get it under control up against Nenadovich. Here is Tara Andrews. Doesn't have too many options. Not allowed little dink into the box. Tara Andrews again, the main culprit of New Lambton's attacking play. Nardovic now, lovely switch to open up play. Stapleford has options right. O'Driscoll making the run from midfield. Clowes is the option though. Jenna Fraser-Kelly tracking back. Here is O'Driscoll, back to Clowes. Ball play to the edge of the box, but no one there to pick up for the Magpies. Now Salvador sent on forward by Franklin. And Lambton just weathering the storm as it is. Renee Pountney's goal the difference so far. And I think an offside given there on Stapleford, so no throw in for the Magpies. It'll be a free kick to the Golden Eagles. I don't think Stapleford's too impressed with that one.
No, I think she might have thought that call could have went a different way, but end of the day, the referees are the ones out on the field, so it's up to them to make that call, and I think they've made the right decision.
Thumped forward now. Flick on, but into the wrong direction there from Clowes. Gosner sends it out into the stands. Ball over the top now. Tara Andrews. Morley puts that one out of place, and then Lambton looking to camp the ball down the centre of the field. Had a few moments of promise, but nothing of real purpose, as Andrews now up against O'Driscoll. Driscoll looking to get out of trouble, surrounded by New Lambton players, and the foul goes the way of the Magpies. Nardovic now can send that one out of trouble and up down the other end over halfway. Flick on from Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Andrews is lovely little touch to pick it. Salvador again the target in behind, but they can't find her. Done well here. Chapman tries to pick off the pass, but then she's got to track back because Amos is bombing on forward. This is where the Magpies look to hit and be dangerous. A lovely threaded pass to Pountney. Takes an early strike and a great save there from Haynes. Still not cleared. Nardovic tried to get that ball out of her feet. Now New Lambton up the other end. Sienna Fraser-Kelly plays it over the top. She's been caught late, but no free kick is given. Thornton out of her box to send this one forward. Dag looking to open up the width of the field. Georgia Amos. Go all the way back to Gosner. Gosner in field. Dag. Back out to the left now. They go through Clowes. Stapleford quite high up the field. Looking for the 1-2 potentially there with Clowes. New Lambton have picked it off. Andrews looking to win it back. Nardovic doing so well. O'Driscoll has space out left here in Clowes. Maitland so well in their movement off the ball. New Lambton having to do a lot of work without the ball, and I guess that's Maitland's DNA, Joe, just keeping the ball, being patient, and when the right moment becomes available, they look to hit.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see the way they move the ball as well, maintaining possession, is that the amount of defence that New Lambton's had to do so far is going to have a fatiguing effect in the back end of this half and then the back end of the second half as well. So, yes, they're picking those right moments, but also they're not trying to rush those moments because they know that there's a subsequent effect that it could potentially open up greater chances as the New Lambton team starts to fatigue.
And I guess when they do wear teams down as well, that allows for the speed of probably most notably a Georgia Amos, who keeps running throughout the 90 to get on in behind, and obviously Sienna Frost as well on the bench this afternoon. I'm sure she'll be introduced at some point, as well as potentially Georgie Williams, who scored, I believe it was a brace in Maitland's reserve grade win earlier, 3-2 over New Lambton. Certainly some firepower on the bench. That's Thornton into Morley. Andrews leading the press. Not many other teammates going with her, although here is Salvador looking to apply the pressure on Neal. Gives away a free kick in the process. I'm sure they wouldn't mind that though. Putting a stop to Maitland's high intensity football, but they're happy to reset and do it all again. Morley looks over the top for Clowes. Between the two of them, weren't able to reel that one in. Fisher straight away looking to get the ball back into play. Fraser Kelly over the top, a chance here for New Lambton. Trap it, goes to ground. A slip is all that's deemed by the referee. Outside Driscoll feeds it out left. Stapleford back to O'Driscoll. There's a few Maitland bodies available on the halfway pitch, but it falls into Stapleford. Going on a run and feeding Poutney. Touch just a little bit too heavy. It'll be a throw in deep into attacking territory for the home side. Maybe not. Offside flag given.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with New Lambton and the ability to reset after conceding that goal. You've seen in the games against Maitland previously that if they score one, there's generally a second, potentially even a third that follows quite quickly. So it was really important that they didn't concede again quickly after that goal. So I think they've started to reset, starting to get a little bit more opportunities further up the pitch, and it's just going to be maximising those opportunities when they go forward.
I guess that's the thing. As long as they can stay in this game, they'll give themselves every possible chance of taking something from Cook Square Park, which no side has done this season, let alone in home and away games for the Magpies. Thornton now will push this one out left. Sinanatovic sprinting to get across to the other side of the field, and now she distributes it outright. A lovely switch out to Neal.
Yeah, I think part of that is Fraser Kelly is keeping a pretty close eye on Nanatovic defensively, kind of following around like a shadow at the moment. So I think Nanatovic has got to do those little bit extra movements to try and get on the ball, because I think Fraser Kelly's doing a good job so far in trying to limit her influence.
Seems like a real game plan, doesn't it, to minimise her involvement, especially with the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I think from what we've seen so far is that, yeah, she's keeping a close eye on her to try and mitigate the risk of Nanatovic getting into dangerous spaces where she can play or shoot herself.
Yeah, you certainly don't want her having the ball with lots of space in front of her. I thought, as the game's gone on, you're right there, Joe. Sienna Fraser-Kelly's done a really good job at not giving her any sort of space. The two of it will go at it here. Now a lovely flick on Stapleford. If she can get a touch, she's through here. Clipped on the way through by Johnson. She goes to ground. Obviously returning from an injury as well is Sophie Stapleford. I think she's asking the question to the referee. Slowly getting back to her feet though.
Admittedly, I'd probably do the same thing in the same situation. I'd at least ask the question there, but the referee's made his decision, and it looks like it's going to be a throw-in.
So New Lambton, real test of their defensive stability here. Poutney's first touch. The left-footed cross. Lambton unable to play out. They're inviting the Magpies back forward. This is beautiful football there. Now it's New Lambton out the other end. Fraser Kelly couldn't find Pickett or Andrews. Now Salvador leading the press. It's well played out again by the Magpies. You really got to do the press right if you are to press Maitland, as here they are again. O'Driscoll looking for Poutney. Plenty of space out left though for Stapleford. Here is Sophie Stapleford, and the offside flag up again there. Looks to be she's just getting too far forward at times, Joe.
Yeah, I think that she can sense there's opportunities in those wide areas, both her and Amos on the far side. I think just a little bit eager, so maybe just checking the line before she makes that movement, because it looks like New Lambton structure's been pretty good in keeping that line nice and flat.
Dag back to Clowes. Here's an example here if New Lambton will press or they'll sit off. Andrews will go forward, but lovely ball from Thornton. Her distribution has been good on point this season. Almost plays as a third centre back at times. They always know they can use and rely on her. It's here's Morley. Pass picked off. Now Franklin looking for that ball in behind. It's a real chance there if it could go on forward to Andrews.
Yeah, I think Franklin, if she had a time again, would maybe take a touch and then look to be a little bit more composed on the ball there. I think it was just a rush of blood to get the ball forward, because those opportunities have been limited so far. But yeah, in those moments there, can we be a little bit more composed? Can we find that pass and build the attack?
Here's O'Driscoll, sent on forward. Has Poutney in the box. Back to Amos. Amos. Into Dag. They'll look for the 1-2. It's great football here from the Magpies. Dag lining up a shot and off the post. Inches away there from a second. Good one-touch football there from the Magpies. That's what they can do so well. But New Lambton, the ones holding out for now.
Yeah, I think New Lambton, they're defending their box with great resilience at the moment. They're trying to make it as difficult as possible and didn't give Dag a lot of room for that shot. But yeah, they're just defending desperately at the moment to try and hold on to this 1-0 deficit.
Holding out well for now. Here's Amos though. Got the run of Neil on forward. Decides to set back through Nenadovich. This is where you don't want to allow her space. And New Lambton done well to pick that one off. Salvador now looking to win the battle up against Gosner. Now Chapman slowly head to the touchline to take this one in. Not too long to go in this first half. Maitland 1 goal to the good, courtesy of Renee Poutney. Can New Lambton get something back before the break? Gosner. They had her only as far as Salvador. Battle between the two. Salvador still pressing, and here go New Lambton, forcing Thornton to go long. It's not a bad pass into O'Driscoll. Back to Clowes, but well picked off there.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of a shift from New Lambton trying to win the ball a little bit higher, but you can see that Maitland's, with that sort of little bit disconnected press, has been able to clip that first line of pressure and then play into midfield and progress from there.
I think your point in that early stage of this one, Joe, is crucial, the way Maitland wear down teams. So as much as New Lambton have done well defensively in the first half, they'll have to be on in the second if they want to work their way back into the contest. Still a little bit of time in this first half. Last Maitland game here at Cook Square Park. 4-2 win over Broadmeadow Magic, which had pretty much everything, including 3 red cards for Broadmeadow. They got the bye this week. Do the magic. Nardovich now chased down by 2 New Lambton players, and it's pinched back well from Sienna Fraser-Kelly. She does well to keep it in. Looks in field, but well picked off. Great experience shown there from Morley. Now there's space opening up for Pountney. Franklin trying to track the run of Pountney. Amos in field to Dag. Dag's first touch, lining up a shot. Bit into the hands of Haynes. You could see the cry there from the New Lambton bench was, I think it was Zana Franklin making sure she was tracking the runner, because as well as the focus is usually, we'll let this play out. Ball across the face of goal, and crucial hand there from Thornton, still not cleared. Shouts for a handball, but it's only Salvador, and pick it up forward for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, big moment there for New Lambton. Pickett did well to get across a defender in Morley. As we can see, the ball going down the other end with Amos.
Amos into the box, but into the hands of Haynes. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, would have loved to have seen just a couple more runners into the box for New Lambton. There was only the 2 players in there. An extra person maybe gets onto that second ball and potentially pokes it home.
Stapleford trying to win out. It's Dag that wins out well, though. She'll line up a shot again, will she? She will, but that one well sailing over the bar. New Lambton a chance now to die down the play a little bit, heading into the half-time break. Sure, they'd be more than happy with this scoreline. Shapes up for a cracking second half, too, if the score is to stay this way. Pickett. Lovely pass to Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Andrews making the run in behind. Tries to thread it through. Morley up against Andrews. Craig Atkins urging his side on, trying to find that extra bit of energy before the break. Got the ball exactly where they want it. Here's Tara Andrews. Being swarmed by 2 Maitland players. Fisher into the box. Now New Lambton got to be aware defensively. Pountney. Out to Amos. O'Driscoll, if she can time her run, will be played in behind. Now here goes the run of Amos in behind. O'Driscoll sees that option and releases her. Georgia Amos across the face of goal. Stapleford in the battle there. Couldn't get a foot on it, but Dag will. And there is number 2, the killer blow for New Lambton. Maitland hit on the break and extend their lead minutes before the half-time break. And it's Elodie Dag who gets the crucial goal for the Magpies.
Yeah, great work again from Pountney. She had great strength to win that 50-50 ball, to get the ball out into the right channel. And then from there, you just saw how clinical and how rapid Maitland are on the counter-attack. Some initial good defending from New Lambton to prevent the first opportunity, but weight of numbers in the box ended up with the ball in the back of the net for Maitland.
Certainly not what New Lambton are after. Maitland again showcasing their quality on the counter-attack. It's Elodie Dag has been such a crucial part alongside O'Driscoll and Nanadovich there in the midfield. She brings up her second goal of the season. Interesting to see at times the way Maitland's midfield operates, Joe. Sometimes it's Nanadovich holding and then O'Driscoll and Dag on forward. Sometimes it's Dag sitting in that deeper role, but all in all, those 3 have been incredible this season.
Yeah, the fluidity of the midfield of Dag, Nanadovich and O'Driscoll, they just fill spaces, fill roles, rather than being positional that you need to stay in one space, you stay in the other, which is really difficult to defend against with all that constant movement.
I was going to say, do you think that could be a bit of a freedom thing as well? They've got a bit of a license to roam forward, because they all are creative attacking players.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, all those players, whilst O'Driscoll is young, she's experienced playing it at a high level. I think they have the nous to be able to perform that role and be able to fill effective spaces rather than just being in a specific part of the field.
Here is Dag, as we just mentioned there, looking for the run of Neil. Sienna Fraser-Kelly. It's been a good battle between her and Nenadovich. Now New Lambton a chance to get the ball moving before the break. Now it's Montana Quick into Pickett. Good footwork there from Pickett. Doesn't have too many options. Looks for Andrews, and unfortunately for the Golden Eagles there, they couldn't produce anything. Here's O'Driscoll. She'll go back to Clowes. Immediately looks forward to Stapleford. Nenadovich over the top. They've worked this well. Coming across those, Amy Gosling. Sure, the goal for here from Craig Atkins will just be not to concede that third, Joe.
Yeah, I think that's sort of priority number one, but better than holding on to a 2-0 sort of deficit is trying to jag one back ourselves. So, yeah, if they could try and win something, half opportunity there.
Here goes the pressure. It's been Salvador who's been the one that's been leading the press at times. Here do go the Eagles. Right before the break, Tara Andrews in field. Doesn't have too many options. Back to Franklin. Franklin now. Out to Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Slips it through. Andrews. And well scrapped by Maitland. That's probably the closest Tara Andrews has come this afternoon. Maitland's defence showing up big time there. Big time there, Joe.
Yeah, great interchange passing to release Tara with a well-timed run. I thought that was going to slip past Thornton, but she did well. She came out, closed off the angle, and then got a good initial stop, and then the recovery defence from Maitland as well to get that ball out of play was fantastic.
We're on the cusp of half-time now. You sense this will be the time for New Lambton to hit back. Franklin's delivery into a dangerous area. Andrews on the follow in. Sienna Fraser-Kelly, and cleared by Maitland. They've done so well to scramble there. Franklin sends that one back into the air. Fisher now into Pickett. Working this nicely, New Lambton. Little dink over the top, but that one will fall into the hands of Thornton. Maitland survived probably the most dangerous attack that New Lambton have conjured up in this opening 45.
Yeah, good scramble defence from Maitland there. Just the ball wouldn't sit for New Lambton. They'd feel a little bit unlucky there that the ball just wouldn't bounce for him in the box.
Looked for all money like something was on the cards. Well, maybe here. Salvador's ball to the front stick, but Thornton able to claim and wind the clock down as we approach half-time. That'll be something that Ben Horgan will be definitely pleased on. That defensive scrapping there. It's now Dag. Infield to Stapleford. Do they have one more goal in them before the break? O'Driscoll played in behind, but coming across is Chapman. Tough to tell from where we're sitting, Joe. O'Driscoll still on the ground. The referee will stop play now to go and check on Natalia O'Driscoll, arriving from the Central Coast Mariners Academy, I believe, this season. She's back to her feet.
Yeah, it looks like a painful one, that one there.
Strong challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to see all is well and good, and Fisher now can have the ball for New Lambton, which they'll thump forward. Nearly pinched off there from Andrews, but well played by Thornton. Gosner. Pickett now picks off the pass. Sienna Fraser-Kelly. It's been dangerous in that midfield. Got Pickett out right. Pass is a little bit under hit though as the sun comes into full effect here at Cook Square Park. Lovely day here for a 1 o'clock kickoff. Fisher now to Pickett. Good footwork there from Caitlin Pickett, but O'Driscoll across the claim and looking to start a counter-attack straight away. Chapman picks it off. Now Gosling. Out to Salvador. It's now or never for New Lambton. Andrews up against Morley. Clouds sends that one forward. That will bring us to the half-time break. It's been an incredible first half so far. Maitland taking their chances when it's been needed. New Lambton, you just couldn't count them out yet, Joe. They've had moments of promise, but just haven't had that clinical edge going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a couple of times final balls let New Lambton down in the attacking third. Just under-hit pass or misdirected pass. So they're nearly there. But on the flip side, Maitland were clinical with the chances that they created.
They've certainly shown positives, have New Lambton. We'll take a short break here on the Northern New South Wales YouTube channel and catch you for what should be an exciting second half at Cook Square Park. Throughout the game, just a few little things. Close times, New Lambton.
That final pass, a couple of times where you just under-hit or misdirected.
Yeah.
Also, just not enough up top.
Yeah. Too much bit of reliance on not only Tara, but
Yeah, Caitlin Pickett's been getting some good, especially came into that last sort of 5-10 minutes. Was getting in some good pockets of space. But for the most part, it's been them to Molly Salvador on occasion.
yeah.
There's not enough numbers in the box where every time Maitland goes forward,
Yeah.
they're flooding numbers.
So
Front three's there, it's Dag or O'Driscoll making that fourth.
the ball literally gets played out wide, and they've still got midfield runners getting on in behind.
Guess the commentary, mate.
Yeah, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, Raph.
Good stuff, though.
Oh yeah, that's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good. yeah, that's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good.
force a turnover and get the ball down quickly, or wait for Maitland to make a mistake, or if they're going to try and force the issue a little bit.
I think they're at times they've tried to press, but
It's been disconnected.
yeah, sometimes
Yeah, it's just the two will go up the front, and then they're just clicking the ball over the top of the midfield. It's too deep.
yeah.
And like coaches school, coaches school and Dag have been able to drop between the lines and pick up the ball.
Yeah.
So it hasn't really worked too much. If they're going to do it, they've got to commit,
Goals
and everybody goes and leave the space in behind. And if you get done, you get done.
Well, welcome back to Cook Square Park. Goals to Elodie Dag and Renee Pountney see Maitland resume this second half ahead 2-0 on the scoreboard. And Joe, it was sort of that story of the first half. We mentioned it as we head to a break of Maitland were just clinical when they went forward. But what do you want to see more from a New Lambton perspective heading into the second half?
Yeah, I don't know about what I want to see more of. I'm interested to see the approach from New Lambton, whether they're going to take it to Maitland and try and force the issue and commit a few more numbers forward, or if they're going to sit back and be a little bit more conservative. It'd be interesting to see 2-0 is a dangerous score in football, so it'd be interesting to see what the approach is in the first 5 to 10 minutes from New Lambton.
Yeah, you're spot on. 2-0. Dangerous scoreline indeed. Fancy that if New Lambton to get any way back into this game, Tara Andrews could be one of the main key players to that, as Cass Davis as well on the bench for New Lambton, giving Craig Atkins a bit of assistance. Interesting to see what that half-time talk was. It's already been the one game in round 9 over at Darling Street Oval on Friday night. Newcastle Olympic ran out 3-0 winners over Charlestown Azuri. Lakes and Adamstown to follow this one at 3 p.m. there at the new Macquarie Field. But all our attention turns back here to Cook Square Park. Maitland get the second half underway. Continuing their streak, undefeated to start this season. Play exciting football to watch. It's interesting to see what's in store for this second 45. Also from a New Lambton perspective, as you said, Joe, how they approach this, as here's Stapleford. Wind picking up a little bit here at Cook Square. I mentioned the pitch earlier and how nice it is to those who are given the opportunity to play here at Cook Square Park. Morley now in field looking for Nenadovich. Now it's Andrews, does well to pick off that pass. Has Salvador in the box. She'll look to do it herself. Cuts inside on her left foot. Andrews, and it's a shot not claimed by Annabelle Thornton, but cleared eventually by the Magpies. Tara Andrews there. We know she doesn't have a weak foot. She's shown on occasions this season that she can score with her left foot. New Lambton need to be solid defensively. O'Driscoll grabbing the shirt there of Santa Fraser Kelly. They're still going at it, those two. Fiery start to this one. Things will slow down a little bit now, and Annabelle Thornton can take this goal kick.
Yeah, great opportunity there for New Lambton. Great start from them to get an early shot on goal. So it'll be interesting to see how they can play the next part of this sort of next 5 to 10 minutes.
You mentioned pretty much, Joe, the importance of the first 10 minutes. It's a little bit scrappy in that first half. Maitland probably had the better of the ball. New Lambton looking to start this second half, with a bit more intensity. Here's Sienna Fraser-Kelly. She's looked promising. Back to Gosling. His pass can't find its right intention. Here go the Magpies. Amos outright. Not too many options, but she'll look in field. Dag. Stapleford out left. Has she timed her run? No, she hasn't. The offside flag up again. I'm not sure the referee's aware. He is now. But Stapleford for a third time, I believe, in this match, just finding herself a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, it was great build-up again from Maitland. Good patience from Amos not to force the pass going forward. She was waiting for the support to arrive, able to get that transition to the other side. And then, unfortunate for Maitland that the offside flag went up.
So quick when they go forward. Majority of it will start out right, as we saw then through Amos. Something that I'm sure New Lambton have been made aware of. They just go forward with such blistering speed. Here goes Andrews though. Thornton. Maitland trusting their principles here. They've played this out well, and Salvador, again, this is a more aggressive press now from New Lambton. Nenadovich picked off by Chapman. Across the other side of the field to Andrews. She'll slip it through to Pickett. Pickett trying to get the ball in her control. Gosner's able to send Neil. He will keep this one in. Thumps it up the line. This is a lot better though from the Golden Eagles, Joe.
Yeah, great response from Craig Atkins' side. It's good to see that they're going on the front foot. They're being aggressive, trying to create. And I think it's been a little bit of a shift defensively for them as well. As you mentioned, they're looking to win the ball in Maitland's half of the pitch now. When they can, they're picking their moments. And you can see it's creating a few issues for Maitland at the moment.
Shouts for a handball there off Gosling. Nenadovich has the ball now. Looking to win a throw, but that one goes out of play. And you sense a bit of intensity turned up a notch by Craig Atkins' side. Beautiful day for football as Chapman will take this throw in for the second time into Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Now Chapman all the way over the top. Andrews with the hold-up play. Gosner doing well to mark her. O'Driscoll now infield to Nenadovich, and she'll immediately look to the other side of the field, but Fisher's there to cut it off. Only temporarily though, because Stapleford picks it back up. Releases Pountney. Pountney in behind, one-on-one with the keeper, and there is number 3. A classic example again of hitting on the counter-attack. And it's Pountney with a brace in this one. And Maitland, minutes after the half-time break, stretch out to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you'd have to say against the run of play, that one there based on the first sort of 5 minutes of this half, is that New Lambton had control and had good field territory. But yeah, again, Maitland showing their clinical finishing and how quickly they can break on the counter-attack. It was incisive pass from Stapleford for the run of Pountney, and then emphatic finish into the back of the net.
It's a pleasure to watch Maitland at times, isn't it, go about their business going forward. And Pountney takes her to 7 goals for the season. Like you mentioned, Joe, a massive blow for New Lambton, who have started this second half a lot better than what they did in the first, and started to grab a bit of a foothold in the game. It's a bit of a mountain to climb now for them.
The thing that I'd like to see from New Lambton here is not to be disheartened by that goal, is that what they were doing in that first 5 minutes, like they were creating good opportunities. You can see they're still trying to force some turnovers. Okay, but it's going to be that risk versus reward that, yes, you're going to be more aggressive, but you're also going to be a little bit more vulnerable defensively.
Here you go, Maitland again. Shouts for offside. Amos will look for the run of O'Driscoll. Franklin now picks off that pass. Gets it under control, looks for Andrews. There's a chance here for New Lambton. A bit of space opening up on both sides. Andrews will go to the right to pick it. Pick it to Franklin. Franklin looking over the top for Andrews. Wasn't a bad idea. The reverse pass. Tara Andrews has stayed on side. She beats one, beats two, and takes a strike. And it's not a bad effort, but into the hands of Annabella Thornton. She's had a few moments there, Tara, where she's had to cut back on her left foot. Just can't get that power behind the strike, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And as mentioned before, Tara Andrews doesn't really have a weak foot, but you prefer her cutting onto that left foot than her unleashing that right foot. So I think Maitland have been very strategic in the way that they've defended Tara and trying to force her onto her less dominant side.
So good to have Tara. I'm sure New Lambton are grateful to have her as well. As I mentioned, 32 goals last season. Incredible. He's still continuing to break records. And what is a New Lambton side that look bound in the early stage of this season to potentially play finals football. Something that they've missed out on for quite some time. Clever footwork there from Stableford. Goes out left to Poutney, who is on a hat-trick. Plays it through. Amos just couldn't get the control. That one will fall into the hands of Haynes. Haynes thumps this one up forward. Andrews the target. It's been a good battle between her and Gosner this afternoon. Andrews now in field. Searching for the runner Pickett, and this is where Maitland are happy to hold onto the ball. New Lambton sitting deep. Some of the Maitland players on the bench starting to warm up. The likes of Charlotte O'Connor, Dunbabin, Keely Gawthorpe, Santa Frost, Georgie Williams as well, who played in the reserve grade clash earlier, where Maitland ran out 3-2 winners. Certainly some firepower if Ben Horgan needs to call on some of those players. Centre Fraser Kelly now couldn't get a head onto that one. Now Franklin. Dispossessed, but Nardovic runs into O'Driscoll. Here they go again, a ball in behind Amos. She's timed to run well. Georgia Amos, one-on-one, a great save from Haynes, but following it in is Sophie Stapleford. Maitland bring up 4, again in behind is the danger. And they're just a delight to watch at the minute, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, another well-worked goal, well-timed run from Amos to get, again, in behind the New Lambton defence. Good initial save from Haynes in goals, but as any good finisher will do, is looking for those second balls, and Stapleford at the back post just tapping it in for an easy goal.
Be interesting to see how teams sort of approach Maitland for this rest of the season, because a lot of their play is just coming out wide. I think if you're a fullback, you're in for a tough day, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think on this particular pitch too, it's one of the bigger pitches around. It's quite wide, and you can see that Maitland really utilises the width with their wingers, so Stapleford and Amos really occupying those wide areas to stretch the New Lambton defence.
I guess that's the thing, they've come so accustomed to this field. Here's New Lambton though, Franklin, looking across the face of goal, shouts for handball from Craig Atkins. Still alive. Deep ball into the area, Salvador gets their head onto it, but into the hands of Thornton. Now Chapman looking to pinch off this pass. Franklin into Santa Fraser Kelly. Good footwork shown there, but in field, but a few players not on the same wavelength. And here go Maitland again. Josie Fisher up against Stapleford. Has Amos out to the right. That's where it goes. Poutney in the box on a hat-trick is Renee Poutney, but Amos, will she do it herself? Great save and important. Hands there from Haynes to deny it. Poutney following that one in.
Yeah, dangerous again from Maitland there. It's 3 good opportunities in the last couple of minutes. So it might be something that need to be addressed by New Lambton very quickly.
Acres of space for Amos here. She goes to ground and a free kick in a promising position. Gosner and Morley will come forward for this one. Almost a similar position as to where Gosner picked up her third against Olympic from this sort of position. A few people standing over this one from Maitland.
Yeah, we've got Dag and Stapleford like the earlier chance in the first half, and then you've got Nanatovic as well, having a discussion about who's going to take this and what the plan's going to be.
It'll be Stapleford to make her way in the box. Nanatovic creating the run out right, but the ball does go in the box, and on the turn, Josie Morley. What a finish from the centre back, as cool as you like. Guided into the bottom corner, and there is number 5 for the Magpies. And that's probably the pick of the lot.
Yeah, I'd agree, Harry. Great delivery from Dag there into the run of Morley, and then fantastic first time finish on the volley from Morley. She'd have to be stoked about that.
Well, there've been goals, certainly of the opening 4 anyways, that have come on the break or in possession. That one from a set piece. Josie Morley unmarked. And guys at home for what is 5 for the Magpies. This fixture obviously played at Cook Square Park early in the season, back in round 2 where it was 7-1 the way of Maitland. The way they're going, they're in the mood for more. Stapleford played in behind by O'Driscoll. The offside flag goes up though. And Craig Atkins comes to his feet. Maitland starting to take a real authority of this one. Gosner now. Back forward to Dag. Lovely control. Morley out to Stapleford. She's been closely marked in this one. Does have a goal to her name. Andrews and Fraser Kelly there for New Lambton. Andrews wins out and goes to ground. And a free kick is given away of the Golden Eagles.
Good hold-up play there from Tara, trying to connect and utilise her teammates here, and then wins a free kick in what could be potentially a promising area.
Well, I was on the call last week with Tara, and there was a few plays that were shooting from distance. Is Tara Andrews going to go for goals herself here? It's a fair way out. Will she look for a teammate, or will she take on what will be quite an ambitious strike?
She's got the wind behind her, going diagonally across the field.
It's not a bad strike. It goes wide of the post. Certainly worth an effort from there. You know, Tara Andrews sort of play that would have that in her locker, and I'd say if that one was a bit more on target, that could have been floating into the top corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Good connection from range from Andrews there. Not quite on target, but an opportunity nonetheless.
Certainly worth the go. Chapman now tries to play the back pass, and Amos looking to pick it off. Wins the initial contact and will put it home. She joins in on the party. Her trademark celebration coming into play as well. And there is 6 for the Magpies.
Yeah, unfortunate for New Lambton there is a little bit of miscommunication. The back pass was just in that sort of no man's land, and then Amos forced the first pass backwards and then was able to hassle and get good contact on the 50-50 with Haynes, and then just a simple tap-in finish to seal the goal.
It's unfortunate for Chapman. Had all the right to go back to a keeper, just couldn't get the right power behind that pass. I think you also got to give a lot of credit to Georgia Amos. A lot of plays in that moment might have just sat back and held off and let that one go back to the keeper, but certainly turned on the afterburners there. Like I said, she joins in on the party. We'll have to check the stats, Joe, about the furthest, or the biggest, margin that Maitland have beat a team by. Certainly on their way to breaking more records here. Being in cruise control of this one. So it looks like their 9-1 win against Olympic in round 5 was their biggest win. 8-goal margin separated the two sides there, so 2 more goals away from equaling that. 3 more to breaking that record. They're most certainly the team to beat in the early stage of this season. Here's Nanatovic. Out to Will O'Neill. Lovely football from the Magpies. Nanatovic looks out wide. Picked off well by Pickett. Now Tara Andrews invited on forward. She'll get in behind here up against Gosner. Gosner does well to come across. And calmly played out there from Thornton. Few substitutions in the making potentially for the Magpies. Could see a triple on Ways, but as we continue play here, an early shot taken, and that one will dribble its way through. Sophie Nanatovic bringing up Maitland's 7th. Had plenty of space in front of her there, decided to take on a strike, and unfortunately Haynes couldn't gather that one in her hands. She's deserved her goal today.
Yeah, absolutely. She's had a good battle with Fraser Kelly throughout this whole match. Nanatovic does like to take the occasional shot from range. Wasn't her cleanest strike, but she'll claim it nonetheless.
Just as I was alluding to earlier, there's substitutions taking place now. So Poutney, Amos, and Natalia O'Driscoll to lead the field. Poutney with 2 goals to her name this afternoon. Keely Gawthorpe, as well as Dunbabin and Sienna Frost out onto the field. So it'll be a different look attack. Sienna Frost certainly a suitable replacement. She was critical in Poutney's absence earlier in the season. Currently has 3 goals to her name, so not too bad for her as now. New Lambton, that one high up into the air, creating trouble. Sienna Frost getting in on the action early. And now a header, just wide of the post there. New Lambton, they've had their moments in patches today and just won't fall for them.
Yeah, they just haven't had luck on their side today, unfortunately, and Maitland have capitalised on that. It looks like those substitutions, looks like we've got Dunbabin filling the striker role, we've got Frost out on the right, and it looks like Gawthrop's gone into midfield for O'Driscoll.
Dunbabin, who's had to spend majority of this season off the bench. Here she is here though, played in behind. Releases Sienna Frost, the young talent who's been really good to watch. Up against Chapman. Now Salvador, little flick on Neil, a bit of a shirt grabbing as well between these two. These two still getting into it, and a free kick given away of the Magpies. Looks like Nia Bradley will be introduced shortly as well. Looks like that'll be a like-for-like replacement with Zana Franklin, but we'll get confirmation of that later. As Gosner's ball over the top now, looking for Gawthorpe. Now Dag. Her first time touching Nardovic. Now Andrews. Certainly worth an effort. She saw Thornton off her line, and we mentioned minutes ago about Tara Andrews being confident to shoot from range from the free kick. Would have backed her again there, Joe.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time that you've seen her score a goal from range like that, so didn't have much ahead of her, so why not?
He's always alert to the danger, Tara Andrews. Anything that she sees, she will give it a red-hot crack. As here's Stapleford. To Morley. Dag now out wide. Stapleford, she'll line up this one and play it into the box as runners pouring forward all the way to the back stick. Sienna Frost. Back to the edge of the box. And the touch. Will it find its way in? It won't. Keely Gawthorpe directed a little bit of contact behind it. Just couldn't get enough there to trouble Haynes. Seems like everyone wants to join in on the party there, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. They can smell that there's blood in the water, Maitland, and it's been a I guess trademark of their season so far is that they won't rest on their laurels, that they're going to continue to press and to push and to get as many goals as they can.
So just confirmation of that change. Sana Franklin leaving the field. The first change for Craig Atkins girls this afternoon. She'll leave the field. Nia Bradley taking her place in the middle of the park. Bradley's first touch, trying to release Tara Andrews, who will continue this press. Under pressure is Thornton. Sienna Fraser-Kelly couldn't get that one under control. Salvador comes across and wins the side of throw. She's been energetic, has Molly Salvador.
Yeah, absolutely. She's worked extremely hard for New Lambton today, both defensively and offensively. She's been trying to join the attack and help out Pickett and Andrews up front. And then defensively as well, she's had a job to do on Will O'Neill, who has been pretty quiet in this game so far. And I think that's been down to the work of Molly Salvador tracking back.
Originally played fullback. Salvador's worked her way into a more advanced role on the left-hand side. Dunbabin now looking to pinch this one back. We'll go all the way out of play. Sienna Fraser-Kelly now up against Nenadovich, who comes across and wins out, but only at the cost of a throw-in. Just a reminder for you, one more game to follow in this round. Lake Macquarie at home at Macquarie Field against Adamstown Rosebuds. That one to kick off at 3 p.m. Broadmeadow Magic with the bye after their 5-3 loss to the hands of Adamstown Rosebuds last week. The first win under Martin Slade for the Rosebuds. Here goes Stapleford though, already with one goal to her name. Tries to thread it through, and Chapman probably could have prevented that one from a corner. In fact, she has. Now she's gone to ground. Shouts for potentially for a back pass there. I think that was more of a clearance.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard done by to be paid that one.
Thumped forward nonetheless. Tara Andrews looking to chase down Gosnut. Stapleford wants her left back in Clouds to get on forward. They'll come out the other side though. Morley. Stableford making the run in behind. She wasn't offside that time, but that one into the hands, though, of Haynes. Energy dying down a little bit in this one. New Lambton trailing by 7, but here they go on the front foot now. Pickett, ball across the face of goal, and Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Huge opportunity there just to pull one back. Unfortunately, that's probably been the story of their afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Great forward run from Caitlin Pickett into the channel there, and then it was excellent effort for Sienna Fraser-Kelly to get into the box there to be able to get a foot to it. But as it's been all afternoon, is the defence for Maitland has been outstanding and not allowing anything, and that was a good last-ditch challenge from Gosner, I believe it was.
They've been solid, have the Magpies in keeping that clean sheet intact, and Charlotte O'Connor will make her way on the field. Elizabeth Clowes, her replacement. This would be Maitland's 4th clean sheet. Shall they not concede? As here's Tara Andrews, who will certainly have to have a say in that. She's tried from range in this one. Yeah, Maitland's 4th clean sheet, if they are to hold on and not let New Lambton find the back of the net, which they've done well so far, especially that period in the first half towards the back end of half time, where New Lambton threw a lot forward. Maitland's defence has been incredible. Here goes Sienna Frost, injecting fresh legs off the bench.
Yeah, I think Ben Horgan will be happy if he can get that 4th clean sheet, and then also the defensive unit, Thornton, and then the back 4 as well. I think they'll be looking to continue to keep that clean sheet against New Lambton, who are chasing them on the table. I think that'd be a big confidence boost for Maitland as well if they're able to keep that clean sheet with the score as it remains.
Still shifting the ball are the Magpies. Sophie Nardovic dropping back into a 3rd centre-back type role, and here she is on the ball here with runners pouring forward. Dunbabin, one of them. Sienna Fraser-Kelly now caught, and she wins a free kick just short of the halfway line. Will be Rebecca Johnson to thump this one forward. We've seen this happen on a few occasions in the first half where they took these set pieces long. Morley wins the header. And right back into the hands of Thornton, who I'm sure will be counting down the minutes now until that 4th clean sheet awaits her potentially.
Side to Andrews. I think it was Morley who's brought it to ground. With this wind coming across from that side of the pitch, this could be a potentially difficult delivery if it's floated to the back post to challenge Thornton and the defensive line of Maitland.
Yeah, you mentioned it pre-match, Joe, the fact that when that wind does come into full effect, it makes things quite cold here at Cook Square. When that sun is on, it's most certainly on. Let's see what New Lambton can conjure up from this free kick. It's high into the air, forced to the edge of the box, and a shot taken. That one still in play potentially. Charlotte O'Connor will go track this one back in. I think a lot of New Lambton players thought that one might have ran out of play. Now Dunbabin out left, and Dag can't keep that one in. She had Stableford with the run in behind. Looks like potentially in the next stoppage of play we'll have another substitution. Gray Atkins turning to the bench. It's now Free kick there, Fraser Kelly and Morley go to ground. Morley wins the free kick, and that'll give us a chance to make this substitution. So it'll be Chapman off and Marshall to slot into that left fullback position. Certainly going to have a hands full up against Sienna Frost.
Yeah, absolutely. Frost is a difficult customer. Good ball control, able to manipulate the ball and change direction very, very quickly, and has an eye for goal as well. So it'll be a good matchup for Marshall to see how she can limit Frost's influence.
Certainly will. Salvador now still pressing Maitland's back line. And that one potentially a handball. That's what's been given. So New Lambton will have another free kick. Tara Andrews, though, not interested in taking this one. Maybe a bit too far out for her liking. Be Rebecca Johnson to come across to take this one. No free kicks can create trouble in and around the box. It'll be all about the delivery here.
Got Marshall drifting to the left unmarked.
Few options in the area. It's not a bad ball, and Andrews chasing him behind. Can't manage to reel that one into play. Not a bad ball.
Yep, just a couple of yards too heavy there. If Tara was able to get a foot onto that one, I think the ball back across goal to Marshall would have been unmarked at the back post.
Well, New Lambton only need that one goal, and it'll be a similar scoreline to what occurred in round 2 here at Cook Square Park. Caitlin Pickett, the only one getting New Lambton's goal on that day. I'm sure Maitland won't want that to happen. They'll want to hold on to that clean sheet. Now, Sienna Fraser Kelly dispossessed. Lovely threaded ball through Dunbabin. She's onside. She's timed her run. And there is number 8. Nardovic, a quality pass. Easy as you like. Dunbabin off the bench and onto the score sheet. Lovely time run there, Joe.
Yeah, Nardovic just picked the pocket of Fraser Kelly there, and then the weight of the pass through that to penetrate that back line was outstanding, and then high quality finish from Dunbabin as well to add to the Maitland tally.
Well, they're one away from equaling their highest winning margin this season. All goals today have been impressive to watch. And they are certainly giving their home fans something to cheer about. Nardovic now goes to ground, wins a free kick. In terms of where these two sides go from here, next Friday night, New Lambton travel to Macquarie Regional Football Facility to take on the Buds. Or for Maitland there, back here in what is a grand final rematch up against Charlestown Azeri, Saturday 4 p.m. That'll be a huge clash. They've already played each other 2 times this season, once in the Charity Shield, once as well in the competition season, and I think, if I'm right, on aggregate it's 10-0 Maitland. So I know you were on the losing side of a fair few things last year, Joe, but Maitland certainly got the edge over Azeri so far this season, but that's going to be a cracker next weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Charlestown in the first league game that was played in round 2 or 3. They were round 3, sorry. They challenged Maitland for quite a bit. They made it really difficult for Maitland to score their goals. So it'll be interesting to see how Charlestown decide to set up for the next time.
Gawthorpe shooting from distance and not too far away. Yeah, just a reminder, every game live and free on the Northern New South Wales YouTube channel across both the men's and women's. Reserve grade and first grade as well. Season fully in swing now. I'm sure the Magpies will be happy to be back home Cook Square next week. A ground which has brought them so much success so far this season, especially this afternoon. She asked for a handball there from Gosling, and that's what will be given. A similar position to where Morley picked up her goal. Dag wants to get the move on with things. And that's what they'll do. Nenadovich. New Lambton caught unaware, and a shot, into the hands of Haynes.
Yeah, shot from range from Nenadovich with the non-preferred. Shot on target, but relatively comfortable save for Haynes.
Nenadovich pulling the strings in this Maitland midfield. A lot of the play comes through her. As I said, almost sometimes acting as that deep-lying playmaker from a centre-back sort of standpoint. It's Gosner now. All the way back to Thornton, who calmly shifts it around. Morley in field. Maitland have done well to play out of that. Charlotte O'Connor tries to get it in field, loses her footing a little bit. Now it's a chance for New Lambton potentially to hit on the break. Pickett tries to cut inside. She'll win the ball back here. Up against Morley. Back in the middle of the park. This is better from New Lambton, holding on to the ball well. Rebecca Johnson. Commentator's curse coming in there again. Dag now breaks forward for the Magpies, and unfortunately Dunbabin couldn't get that one under control. Fisher now looking forward. On the same wavelength there as Pickett. New Lambton can just see a sense of frustration creeping in. I think we said before heading into this one, Joe, that we expected New Lambton to make a good count of themselves, but do you put today's result down to just Maitland being more clinical, I guess?
Yeah, Maitland have definitely been absolutely, I guess, dynamic on those counter-attacks, and they've made them pay every single time, where New Lambton have created some good opportunities and a couple of 50-50 type moments in the box, but it just hasn't fallen for them today, unfortunately. And yeah, when you're play against a side that's in good form, that you need to take those opportunities.
Certainly is. Maitland just happy to hold on to the ball for now. If you had to pick a man of the match, Joe, who would you go with? It's really tricky.
Oh yeah, it'd be a challenging one. I feel as though Poutney did some good work in the first half. I think Dag's been very, very good as well, starting attacks. Yeah, it could be any number of players that have had a big influence on today. I think Morley and Gosner have done well to keep Tara goalless and relatively shot free. So yeah, it could be any number of people on the pitch today.
I guess that's a good thing as well about the Magpies side, is not only have they scored goals this season, but it's been shared around. We put a lot of emphasis on the attack of Poutney, Amos and Stableford, but I think there's only a handful of players in this side that haven't actually scored this season. As I mentioned earlier, both centre-backs. I think that Josie Morley's with 2 for the season, Talia Gosner with 3. And you got the likes of Sienna Frost, who was introduced midway through this second half. So sharing the load are the Magpies. I'll have to confirm a stat with you about who hasn't scored yet in this Maitland side, apart from obviously Annabella Thornton.
Yeah, and I think that's a sign of a balanced team, is that you want your attackers to be scoring the majority of goals, but you want your midfielders and defenders, if they can, chipping in with either goals or assists, so trying to add to that goal involvement, which I think this Maitland side has been able to do.
Lambton applying a little bit of pressure here. Pickett and Andrews trying to read the pass, and a lapse in concentration here invites Pickett to take a strike, but Thornton regathers well just to keep that clean sheet intact.
Yeah, nervous moment for Thornton there, but good recovery to claim that shot from Pickett. Yeah, again, a little bit of luck just didn't go New Lambton's way.
Probably been the story of the afternoon. It's now Frost released on forward. Is number 9 possible for the Magpies? Slipped in behind Gosling. Uses her keeper in Haynes. Will O'Neill does well to win that. Marshall will take this throw, but not before we have a substitution. And Joe, talk to us a little bit about Georgie Williams, who I believe is about to be introduced.
Yeah, Georgie's been with the club for quite a number of years now. She made her way through the youth grades at Maitland, and then became a key figure in the reserve grade side, and then got a taste of first grade last year. It's good to see her get on the field and scoring a double in the reserve grade game today. I think it's good reward for her consistent effort.
Looks like she's got a few fans in the crowd as well. She'll have an impact to play with just under 5 minutes to go in this one. She'll move out to the left-hand side, replaced by Sophie Stapleford, who got her name on the score sheet today. Dunbabin in field to Dag. Williams creating the width out left. They'll go right to Sienna Frost. Trying to reel this one in up against Marshall. Frost battling hard and winning out well. The youngster, the final product though unfortunately just wasn't there. Into the hands of Haynes.
Yeah, Frost will be disappointed with that one. It was good initially to win that ball back, but couldn't quite get the contact on the ball into the box.
Gosner and Arnautovic there collected each other. Arnautovic has stayed down. The play will continue. Salvador. Maitland players tracking back and doing so well. Now Charlotte O'Connor. Georgie Williams making the run in behind. She'll get it at feet now. Dunbabin up against Johnson. New Lambton just grinding away, making sure they do not concede that ninth, which Olympic unfortunately were on the side of when the Magpies went to Darling Street Oval back in round 5. The thing that's really impressed me about Maitland as well, Joe, is they're not shying away from their football, even though we mentioned there's everyone trying to join in on the party, but they're still holding and keeping the ball really well.
Yeah, and I think that's something that'll please Ben Horgan the most, is that they're continuing to play their brand of football. They're not seeing that they've had a couple of goals on offer and trying to force the ball too much. It's still their patient, possession-based football, which they pride themselves on playing.
And I guess keeping that clean sheet intact as well, which will please Ben Horgan.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positives for Ben to take away from today. No doubt that there'll be a couple of things that he'd like him to work on and be a little bit crisper with, but for the most part, I think that he'd be pleased with the performance of the team today.
8 goals and a clean sheet as it stands. Good day out for the Magpies. It's been a good day overall. The reserve grade side picking up a win earlier as well, so fantastic afternoon at home for the Maitland Magpies. Here come New Lambton though. Andrews, lovely first touch to get away from O'Connor. Not too many options in the box. She tries to go herself. And that one shielded well by Morley into the hands of Thornton. Morley's gone to the ground in the process. Both up to their feet now.
Yeah, a little lack of communication there from Thornton and Morley as to who was going to deal with that ball. But it's fortunately for Maitland panned out safely.
Dunbabin now. Got the run of Williams in behind. She'll look to turn the afterburners on up against Fisher. Fisher does well. Now it's Montana Quick. Sienna Fraser-Kelly. New Lambton, can they grab a consolation goal late on? Tara Andrews does well to win that one back, but the referee deems a foul in the process, and Maitland have a free kick.
Yeah, I think Andrew's a little unlucky there. From my perspective, it looked like that in the challenge, Gosner stood on the ball and it's tumbled over. So should be a little bit disappointed, but the referee can only play what he sees.
Much to the frustration of the new Lambton bench, but spot on there, Joe. Maitland happy to just camp the ball now. Bit of movement up top, but nothing of real intensity. He's done Babin. No, maybe they are in the mood for more. Bernardovic out left, inviting Georgie Williams to get in on the action late in this one. So Williams in field, Gawthorpe. Back to Dag. Charlotte O'Connor. Trying to get that ball under control. Pickett now leading the press. It's been a tough afternoon for New Lambton, and I'm sure they'll be happy to hear that whistle. So it's Maitland running out 8-0 winners over the Golden Eagles. Comprehensive display from start to finish, and they've again proved why they're going to be so hard to beat this season. Joe, what impressed you most about them today?
I think the reaction from Maitland to New Lambton taking it to them at the start of the second half. They were under some real pressure in that first 5 minutes, but they managed to weather the storm and then were absolutely dynamic with the rapid-fire goals that they scored and just killed off the game.
So dangerous. They are on the break. They'll be looking ahead to a huge grand final rematch next Saturday here at Cook Square Park, while New Lambton travel to Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility to take on Adamstown. Well, thank you, Joe Wright. From myself, Harry Scobie, we'll sign off here from Cook Square Park as Maitland run out 8-0 winners over the New Lambton Eagles.
Oh, you can just like leave them on the when you go. Sure. Yeah.
Not as entertaining as your game yesterday. Thanks as always, Joe.
No, thank
Sorry,
you.
you can't get out.
That's all right. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thanks, Bailey. Thank you. I got your name right?
Yeah.
Yeah.